Hello everybody and welcome back to StarCraft Underground. This is our second paid tournament. In today's matchup, I have for you Harry as the red Protoss down in the bottom left, and up in the top right, Navane as our blue Protoss. PvP coming at you today. It's going to be a good matchup here. This first match is going to be taking place on match point. There's a natural in the same level just outside the main here with a very interesting ramp leaving the main for both players. A third just beyond that. Hard to defend this third throughout the tournament so far in this series due to the high ground right here that is easily accessible through the middle of the battlefield. And here it is on the other side for Navane. We have a fourth and the corners opposite the spawn locations. Accessible by two ramps from both sides. And lastly, mineral patch guys are out here in no man's land. Easily flown to outside the main here for both players. But somehow or enough, it seems to be that the opposite player ends up being the one that grabs this mineral patch most of the time. Not sure if that's an army route thing or what the deal is there, but yeah, most often we do see opposite side grabs this mineral patch out here in no man's land. Kind of curious, but what have you. So both these players are coming off victories from round 2. They did not play in round 1. Navane coming off a 2-0 victory versus Quim in round 2. Meanwhile, Harry coming off of a 2-0 victory against Ziggy Stardust here in round 2. So this is only the second matchup so far that we're going to see from these players. Have quite a lot to learn about their play styles and their habits and whatnot. So we'll see kind of what the builds they go for here. We'll kind of indicate what kind of pushes they're going to do. We already see like a 2-gate opener here from Navane versus the Goon opener here. Well, I don't really know what the official name for it is, but that's what I would refer to it as. So we'll likely see a Dragoon come up here as soon as Cybernetic Score comes on and increased Goon attack range from Harry. But with Navane here, we're going to be looking at a little different build here. I'm curious what the 2-gate opener, what the route is going to be here. No Nexus at 12 for either player. It looks like we have Harry's probe already in the main here of Navane. Going to be seeing the 2-gate. So this could just be early Zealot pressure here from Harry. And this is okay. I wondered if this was a Zealot coming across the battlefield. It is not. It's two Zealots, one probe. So Harry only with one Zealot right now. And I'm not seeing much in the way of defense against here. Harry has to know that these Zealots are coming across the battlefield at this time, but I'm going to be trying to get the Dragoon out. Okay, so not different from the build. We see the Dragoon got made, and then there was the increased attack range that I talked about right out of the gate. And we're about to see if one Zealot and Goon can take on two Zealots. And I'd like to see the Zealot get up there instead of the Dragoon taking some hits there. It looks like Navane going to be trying to attack the Dragoon. Harry's army got a little bit spread out there versus attacking together. And now Harry's Zealot just about dead at this point. Got a shield battery getting put down right here. This should make it a lot easier to defend against this. But these Zealots may get a couple probe kills here. One Zealot goes down. Okay, both Zealots down, but you see reinforcements are coming across the battlefield already. We've got 2 and 2. So it's going to be a lot of early game pressure here. We're just going to be pumping out Zealots here in the early game. Okay, and here we go. Putting a double proxy gate down here in the third of Harry. That's going to allow the reinforcements to get here a lot quicker. So far from Navane, we've seen a lot of tricksy plays in this tournament. So this isn't necessarily surprising when you see this being pulled again. Alright, here we go. Another engagement now. 4 Zealots right now for Navane. 3 Dragoons for Harry. And the Dragoons should be able to hold this here, especially with the shield battery. One zealot snuck over here in the side, though. Going to be taking out the probes while these other zealots are fighting. Good micro. These zealots should get picked up. But we have more already on the way. Constant pressure right now from Navane. And no break as 2 more zealots come rushing into the main right now. Just got a probe hanging out there on that side of the battlefield. Alright, up to 4 goons now. And Harry just says, the heck with it, I'm just going to start building some more buildings in the middle of all this. Throws down the robotic support bay. Gonna be trying to get Reavers going. And at this point, I don't know if this is going to get anything done right now for Navane. This is already being defended. Harry's only getting stronger, very slowly, but very steadily. Increasing the number of Dragoons able to be produced here. We've got two goons now coming out. And there we go. Navane finally sees it. Pulls back. Going to be trying to group up these zealots rather than just trickling them in 2 at a time. But now Harry going to be trying to push the issue now. 5 Dragoons. This is quite a lot of zealots here. If these zealots had legs, this could be very dangerous for Harry. But no legs yet. We see the shuttle right now being produced. And if Harry's going to be able to get a Reaver done and dropped it back into the main, that's going to be bad news for Navane. These zealots just getting cleaned up around here. And somehow in the middle of all this, Harry's actually able to keep on top of the worker count. 21 workers now to only 13 for Navane. And there we do see the Reaver in production right now. And funny enough, a sneaky play, I've seen this now. This is the second time I've seen this in this tournament. Now, first time I didn't notice this, but I do see it now quite clearly on the map now that I'm paying attention. You see the red right there. This is not Navane's geyser. This is actually Harry's geyser. Harry snuck the probe in there, the scout probe, and blocked the geyser for Navane right there in the main. So Navane has no gas, cannot get it right now without expanding into a natural or another base. And I don't think Navane was aware of that. Either they're not aware or they're just going all in on this zealot proxy here. And I don't think this is going to work out. Yep. Navane throws in the GG after seeing the Reaver in play right there. So there you have it. That's match number 1 against these players. Navane trying to do a proxy gate rush with some zealots, and Harry not having it. Good defense right there from Harry in this match number 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket for today's matchup. Going to be coming in play here in round number 3. The winner of this one is going to be going to face off against Ozzy Dahagi. And round 4, getting close to the end here. Only a few games left until we reach the top. The loser of this one going to be dropping down into the loser's bracket of round 3, where they're going to await their next opponent from all of the matchups here from round 2. With that, let's get into the next one. All right, here we go. Let's get into match 2. Let's get set up here. There we go. Looks like we have Harry up here in the top right as the red Protoss, and that's going to leave us with Navane down here in the bottom left. Or, good God, left and right. Bottom right, Navane is the blue Protoss. This next match going to be taking place on Attitude. This is a 4-player map. I like this map all in all. Pretty interesting. Got a natural just down a ramp outside the main and each spawn location. But what's cool about this one is the gigantic battlefield out here in the middle. Makes for a lot of cool engagements and stuff. Hard to get some surrounds and flank around armies and stuff, but kind of cool. I like watching this map all in all. This map going to be picked out by Navane after they lost match 1. The loser of the match always gets to pick the map from a specific map pool in this tournament for the next match. So Harry taking the 1-0 victory. Let's see what both these players get up to this time. Gonna see what kind of build Navane goes for. It looks like Harry gonna be doing the standard opening most of the time. I think out of all the matches so far with Harry in this tournament, they've just gone for the standard Dragoon open. But with Navane tries to be a little bit more tricksy. I've seen them do like proxy gateway now, like we saw in match number 1 there. I've also seen them do DT rushes. So we'll have to see. I'm curious to find out what it's going to be here. Getting close to the end of this tournament now. We've got, this is the last game of round 3. We've got round 4 and 5. And then finally, the final matchup. The way this particular tournament's going to be working, though, this is double elimination tournament, so just because you lose one matchup doesn't mean you're out entirely. Once you lose, you do drop down into the loser's bracket, where you do have the ability to win your way back through, all the way back up to the top, where you will face off against the winner of the winner's bracket. In the last match of this tournament, the winner does get a 1-0 head start against whoever the loser is, as the loser will be coming from the loser, the opponent will be coming from the loser's bracket. We can take a look at that once this all shakes out. Also, the last match in this tournament going to be a best of 5 rather than a best of 3. Okay, a little bit of a different build order this time from Harry. Surprised to see that. So as I say that, of course, put my foot in my mouth. There's going to be a Nexus 6-man here. We've got Pylon with going down at the natural. And it looks like kind of flopping build orders. But not fully, though, as Navane didn't get a Nexus last time. Instead, chose to go Proxy Gate. No gas just yet for Harry. Both scouts having a hard time finding each other. It does look like Harry's going to be the first one to get a scout off here. Navane just now finding the empty base here in the top left. Going to be knowing where Harry is, but not have any sight on the base just yet. Probe going to be denied entry here by the 2 zealots parked on the ramp. However, Harry is going to be able to see that there is not a natural. So going to be aware that Navane staying inside the main here. And 4 zealots now pushing out for Harry. Got the robotics facility going down right now in the main for Navane. Looks like there's not going to be any shenanigans this map. So we're just going to see some standard play here. Get to see the strengths and weaknesses of the different build orders. So with the double gate, you are able to get a lot more zealots early on like this, but good defense right here from Navane. Able to park out 2 zealots here. Going to prevent the other ones from getting a surround on Navane's units. This will get defended. We've got the shuttle right now in production from Navane. Might be trying to go for a shuttle drop with the Reaver. Or Reaver drop with the shuttle, rather. And here we finally have gas coming online, so I'm going to be working towards the Dragoons now for Harry. The early zealot pressure, not really getting a whole lot done right there, so Harry drops that very quickly, decides to move on. Got 2 zealots parked over here. Just going to be keeping an eye out on things. Okay, and here's the support bay. So with this early zealot pressure, I'm not sure that I really liked this from Harry, because now Harry's going to be a little bit behind in timings and tech. The support bay going to be coming online already for Navane. This could be a little dangerous. 2 more gates coming up. It's going to allow Harry to produce these Dragoons pretty quickly once these gates get going. And Harry trying to sneak another probe in there to get a scout off, but not going to be happening. Trying to see what Navane is up to. And this is one thing that's kind of difficult for Protoss players. Until they get an observer out on the battlefield, they really have no way to scout once the initial scout probe gets killed. So it makes it kind of difficult in a PvP to see what your opponent's up to, and you're not really sure. You're just kind of flying blind until you can gather some more info, whether it be with your army or with an observer. Excuse me. Okay, so we got Dragoons being produced. Now we're going to be pumping 4 out at a time right now. So Harry's army is going to go from non-existent to a lot of Dragoons here pretty quickly. And as you can see with Navane's only got 6. No, wait a minute. 7 7 Dragoons right now. 1 more in production. That's not going to take Harry any time to catch up to that number. Yeah, there we go. We've already got 4. 5, 6. 2 more already in production. So already Harry's about to pass up the number of Dragoons Navane has. No Reaver still yet, though. Looks like we have a pylon going to be going down at the 3rd here. I'm not sure I like the idea of grabbing this 3rd right here. This 3rd is particularly exposed on this map. Okay, I see. Looks like we might just be throwing some pylons down around the map to have some map vision. Got a couple probes out here. Pylons thrown down here to keep vision of this mineral line and that mineral line. So, looks like Harry might be checking for any kind of proxy gates or anything like that. We've got a pylon down here at this base already as well. A little late to be checking for proxies if that is indeed what was happening here. And here we go, a little bit of an engagement right now from the Dragoons. Looks like Harry's goons were set up early here, but Navane having Reavers now. And this Scarab getting completely bugged out right here finally goes off. And good push right here from Navane. These Reavers should be able to sit back and shell these photon cannons. I'm not sure if that was intentional there from Navane or not. Should just hang back these Reavers and let them shell these photon cannons down. Would be the smart thing to do here. There we go. We don't want to be trading like this on the high ground like that. That's not a good engagement right there for Navane. He needs to back those Dragoons up and just let the Reaper stand back and shell those cannons down before engaging on this. And now it looks like this is actually going to be turning into Harry's favor all of a sudden. 1 Reaper goes down. There goes the 2nd Reaper. More reinforcements going to be arriving from Harry, as they do have the defender's advantage here. A lot of good trades and kills right here. Looks like the probe's going to be getting pulled off the mineral line to help us assist in this defense here. I do think this engage could have gone a little bit better had Navane pulled back those Dragoons from the top and stopped getting shot on the top of that ramp right there. It would have been better to force Harry to have to bring their Dragoons down to engage you rather than letting them get free shots off at the top right there. All in all, though, really good attack right here. Good pressure from Navane. This is a little dangerous, though. You see Navane keeps trickling in reinforcements right here. And the problem with this is once this gets cleaned up, which eventually it will get cleaned up, we may see an immediate counterattack here from Harry. With the high number of gateways right here, that could actually be very lethal. Navane's not going to be able to recover at quite as quickly due to only having 2 gateways. And I would like to see Navane kind of back up and gather themselves here and kind of build up an army. But here we go. We have nothing at home right now for Navane, and this is what I'm talking about. With only 2 gateways now, it's going to make it a little difficult to defend against this. 2 Dragoons coming out. They should be able to micro against these 2 Zealots right here, but there might get some damage done on the probe line here. Navane trying to sneak a Reaver in. Doesn't look like these Zealots are going to get any kills. This one has 1. Okay, so it got 2 probe kills. It is going to get cleaned up, though. Another Reaver being finished up now. Harry trying to keep map vision with these pylons. 1, we've got 2 probes out on the battlefield right now. Photon cannons got put back down. And now the support bay done for Harry. And we've got Templar Archives on the way, with ground weapons being researched right now. Another gateway being put down at the natural. So Harry starting to tech up a little bit now. No observer just yet. So this observer for Navane is able to spy this army movement right now from Harry. Gives Navane a little bit of an advantage so far. Just being able to scout that army movement and know when they're coming, when they're not, when they're going back home. Got the Citadel of Adun being warped in right now for Navane. And with the Templar Archives, there are... Navane does have an observer here, so DT at this point really isn't going to get a whole lot done just yet. Those Scarabs glitch out right there. That's unfortunate for Navane. You've got Zealot legs being researched right now for Harry. Okay, there we go. So Observer finally on the battlefield here. We got the Reavers being dropped down by the shuttle. One gets exploded, though, and the shuttle goes down, so the Reaver's out now on this engagement. Good targeting right there from Harry. And surprisingly, Navane just throws the GG in. I'm not sure if that was frustration coming into play there or not. I definitely don't think Navane was out of it just at that point. Maybe they saw something I didn't. All in all, though, there it is. So, Harry taking a 2-0 victory over top of Navane. Going to be moving on to round 4. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. We've got a lot going on after this particular matchup today. So, Harry going to be moving into round 4, where they're going to be facing off against Ozzy the Hockey. And in the top, we're going to have Wolfix versus Hazarath and round 4. So that's going to be our round 4 matchups. Should be some great games there. Meanwhile, down here in the bottom, Navane going to be dropping into the losers bracket of round 3, where they're going to be facing the winner of Yaku versus LML. And due to some time constraints here, I'm not going to be able to air a lot of the losers bracket matches. I may be able to get a few in towards the end here. But for now, we're going to be able to just advance through the bottom. So we're just going to run right through this. GeForce Tesla with a 2-0 victory over Quim. That's going to force them into round 3, where GeForce Tesla is going to be facing off against I'm So Cool. And the next matchup, we've got River JJ versus Mevius. River JJ taking a 2-0 victory over top Mevius. Going to be moving on to face against Erob. Following that, Yakub versus LML, where Yakub took a 2-0 victory over LML and is now going to be facing off against Navane. And finally, Firetip with a 2-1 victory over Indu. I believe that's how we say that one, if I remember correctly. And Firetip going to be advancing to face off against Styx here in round 3. So that is all the losers bracket of round 2 for you. Can't wait to see what we have going on in round 4 of the winners bracket here. If you guys like this video, check out the next one. If you're interested in taking part of this tournament or just want to become a member of the community, you can follow the link in the description. Until then, take it easy.